दाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण. You able to hear?
No, Prabhu.
No.
The state is seen by a criminal.
How about now?
Yes, Prabhu, we are able to hear.
As something to be feared. The government, in the hands of a law-abiding citizen, is a friend. They see the policeman. Oh, nice day today. It's because he's protecting them. A whole other thing is, what subjectively, what it feels like to be a good citizen and to be a thief, to be in a relationship with Krishna, serving Krishna with feelings of dependence upon him, and striving for some objective of life with a strong independent spirit. It feels different. One's nice and the other's not nice. One's natural, the other's very unnatural. That says something. A thoughtful person will get the message. Anything else? Yeah.
Maharaj, you told that consciously serving Krishna.
Mm-hmm.
So what is that consciously serving spiritual preceptor and how it accomplishes?
How is it accomplished? That's your question? Well, this is the science of love. I was giving the example of someone who's attached. They think of that person they're attached to. Now that's when there's material attachment. And spiritual attachment requires, at least initially, a little effort. The little effort is just to go beyond selfishness. Like a child is dependent, speaking of connecting this with dependency. Small child is dependent upon their parents. If the parents don't feed the child, they'll starve. If the parents don't give affection to the child, they'll be disturbed. The child is a little affection machine, attention machine. They gotta have attention all the time. They're dependent. They can't go find it anywhere else. It has to be brought to them. So, in spiritual life, one recognizes that that which will take me beyond this material dependency is another very special gift. It's a transcendental gift. And so, as a child, doesn't so much, they're attached, but they don't, the expressions of gratitude are not so much there because they're not mature. They're just, they want. Whatever it is they want, they want it. And if they don't get it, they scream till they get it. And I had the flight from Europe to Delhi. Right next to me was a little child that was like that the whole way. Wow. Mother was really busy. And she kept looking at me like, what do I do? So, there's no satiation. When's enough for the child? But so for a mature person, for spiritual life, there must be the sense of gratitude. Now, for some persons it's easier than for other persons, but still, it's something that needs to be there. You need to consciously acknowledge this spiritual gift. And when you acknowledge that spiritual gift, you develop attachment. This is taking me out of this material dependency situation. And when that spiritual attachment is there, you think of the person all the time. Your whole life is based upon being guided by the wisdom of that spiritually elevated soul. Naturally so. Your every action, every word, everything you do and say and think is guided by that relationship. As a materialist becomes attached, a spiritualist becomes attached. Because we're dependent. We are designed in that way. It's our constitutional position. So it's something that we need, from the spiritual side, we need to cultivate. A child automatically, they don't have to go to school or cultivate anything. They're dependent upon their mother. Little kittens know what to do. They go to their mother and they're fed. You don't have to tell anybody anything. That material dependency is built in by the law of nature. And spiritual is something that only because of our fallen condition, it's something that we need to cultivate. And it takes going beyond being selfish. Just taking without any sense of gratitude. Then one isn't going to get the spiritual benefit, because one's consciousness is still in a material position. Anything else? You have something? Okay.
The same connection, you mentioned about that spiritual gift. But while expressing gratitude, the consciousness don't go that actually deeply that what is spiritual gift. It's just even if you think even just with intelligence that such a rare gift, rarest gifts are given. But that feelings don't come while expressing gratitude or writing gratitude.
That's because our hearts are hard. And also because we don't have a real sense of the spiritual value that we're receiving. But don't the heart will become soft naturally so in course of time. It's part of the price that we have to pay for our long contamination in material existence. Our hearts are hard. But what you just described is millions of times above the condition of the average materialistic person. And that expression that you just shared with us is the result of good association. So continue with that good association, and those natural feelings will awaken. Say the same thing in a different way. If you have wet wood and put wet wood on a fire, what happens? Smoke. No flames. Maharaj, how come there's not flames when I put this wood into the fire? It's because it's wet. But leave it in the fire, and the moisture will be driven out, and then it'll ignite. Just leave it in the fire. Okay? But make sure you keep the fire nice and strong. Stay in the fire of devotional service. And avoid pouring more water onto the wood. Avoid offenses and indulgences in sense gratification. Okay, thank you very much, Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. We are all done. Should we continue with the next lecture, or we'll wait for tomorrow? We'll have more time for discussion today. Siddhi Lalita Prabhu, who raised the hand?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
No, if you would like to continue for the next lecture, then maybe I can pause.
No, Prabhu. We can start. We'll have some more time for today to discuss.
Okay.
Okay.
So Maharaj was talking about the sense of gratitude, that we should acknowledge what we receive. Otherwise, we are still in the material conception. It's not a spiritual conception, is not yet built. So I was actually thinking on this, that at least a person of my level, the sense of gratitude will not come until I myself enter into that shoe, or I myself, take part in that particular service. Let's take an example. We go to a temple. We have nice, very beautiful darshan of the deities, nice garland, nice dress. Every day devotees are doing this. Temple is very clean. On time there is a prasadam, so many varieties of full prasadam. I take 2 times, 3 times, no problem. And there are devotees who will take care of washing the plates, etc. So what has happened, that I have gone into the autopilot mode. Okay, everything is ready-made meal, like how kids. So I'm still a kid. Like everything is receiving from parents automatically. They think that's how it is. But until I myself enter into the service, and then see how much pain it is actually at ground level. The reality is so different. I'm just getting the ready-made thing. And like for example, like 2 weeks ago or something, 2.5 weeks ago, I did this service of washing these vessels in the kitchen, and the stuff were very heavy. Now, what happened? I did not do that much. I tried as much as possible, but then I got severe back pain, and the back pain continued for next 1.5 week. It was very difficult for me even to sit at one place. It never happened in my life. Generally, my bodies can survive such heavy, hard labor. Then I realized, okay, and then I was actually feeling how these people, they have been constantly every week they are doing. So the point is that until I enter myself and do that particular service which other devotees are doing, I will not feel that sense of gratitude. So I must do it. It could be different for if someone doesn't have access to the temple, they can do some different service. There are a lot of service we can do online, offline. But that's what I feel, Prabhu, that to have the sense of gratitude, at least person for like me, uh, I need to do something on for that. Thank you. I can't be on the mental platform just seeing something, acknowledging something. It doesn't work for me, at least. For me, actually entering into that area is actually works for me. Just my own thoughts and sharing, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, bro. Anyone else would like to share from today's hearing? Anything that inspired you? Anything you didn't understand? You want to have a discussion? Chandan, bro, would you like to share anything from today's?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dhanavad Pranam. Yeah, definitely Prabhu. I like few points and well said, dear Lalita Prabhu. Uh, Whenever we go to the temple, have nice prasadam and we move around and see the nice things. But when do the services, then we understand how much effort is behind that, and the sense of gratitude develops inside. This is a really well said, Prabhu. And I was also thinking in that line, and you today reminded me. So next point, which I had, just let's go there. Yeah, Maharaj ji was saying, but make sure you keep the fire nice and strong. Stay in the fire of devotional service and avoid pouring more water onto the wood. Maharaj was giving example of like if mustard wood is in the fire, smoke will come. So I understood that uh, a matter of time, and we do the services, and we are in the process of Krishna consciousness. There is a hope one day, like the anathas will be going on slowly, 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 and we will also catch up the fire. We will get some real taste of chanting and devotional services. So this is a line from the Maharaji, and yeah, so we have lot of anarthas in our heart. So one day it will happen. There is a hope in that line. And another snapshot which I took, it is one minute.
Hare Krishna, Chandan, bro. I don't know whether it's for me or not, but voice is very low and looks like some network bandwidth problem for you. At least it says like that.
Yes, Prabhu.
Now is it okay?
Now much better. Yeah.
Okay, I was talking little bit slowly. Yeah, so I was saying Maharaj was talking about like he was giving the example of mustard wooden. If it is kept in fire, only a smoke comes. So that a smoke, I understood that it's a kind of anarthas in our heart. So when we go in the process of Krishna consciousness, since our heart is very hard, Maharaj was mentioning, our heart is very hard. We filled with a lot of anarthas. So it's a matter of time. if we continue in this process, as the wood gets the fire, we will also get the taste of real devotional services and chanting, and we will like improve in like advance in the spiritual development like that. So that is the understanding from today's lecture. So thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, bro. Anyone else? Shweta Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Dana Pranam Prabhuji. Um, I, it was really funny when Maharaj shared about that incident of flight, where that mother was continuously running for a child and Maharaj was just looking at. So, but then it really gave me a question, Prabhu, that are there any differences in showing the gratitude towards Lord for the ladies and the gents? Why I'm asking is there are different set of rules also for the ladies and the gents. Especially, I mean, if they are not married and all, they are free to do whatever they want to do. But if they are married, they have kids, they have responsibility. So, like the boys or the guys, they can take sannyas, but it is not prescribed for the ladies. And on the similar lines, there are, I have heard some other differences are there. So when we are showing gratitude, it is it like if there is a dilemma that you are doing something for the kid or doing something for the Krishna? And I understand that it is very thing inside the mind. I mean, you can think always about Krishna and you can do, but on the practical level, what you are doing, the service, what you are doing, that service, is there any difference prescribed for the ladies and the gents? I mean, any guideline is there? Am I clear in my question, Prabhu?
Yeah, I understand, Mataji. Anyone else would like to comment on it? Like, is there any difference? You're saying at the essentially at the like bodily level, like is the difference? That's what you're
Right,
asking.
right. Bodily level, the services, because a man is little more free. I'm not saying completely free, but little more free to choose his services, to choose his path. But relatively, a woman has little less freedom
Mm.
because of too many things depending upon her.
Mm. Mm. Understood. So, like, is that what is your punchline here? Like, what is the question? Okay, we have difference. Okay, based on like our bodily situation. So, what was the exact?
Prabhu, yeah, what Mataji's punchline is that Shweta Mata is saying that I want to take sannyas. Why I am not allowed to take sannyas? Right,
No,
Mataji?
no, 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 I don't want to take sannyas. No, I don't want to take sannyas, but I was actually directly relating it to showing it gratitude to Krishna, who is giving us everything.
Mm.
But then we are entangled in so many things that we feel confused that where are we showing gratitude?
Mm.
So, and this is not only my case. I think it can be the case of many ladies who are actually entangled in so many things.
So,
So,
like
at
morning hearing, it's a weird. I'm just sitting and hearing, but my wife and like all of you are like running around. So,
right,
so
so
many
so
things.
many
I
other things
understand that.
have to be done. So, are there different level also specified of showing gratitude to Krishna? Like a man can do this much, but a woman can do only this much. I mean, it's a just silly question, but I'm asking, Prabhu.
No, nothing is silly. Okay, anything connected with Krishna is glorious. Okay, so uh, anyone else would like to attempt to answer, or like if you like to answer, please go ahead. Vivek Prabhu, Guru Prabhu, Sharbari Mataji. would you like to attempt Shweta Mataji's question?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, sir, sure.
Yes, Prabhu. So maybe my earlier hearing or something like on this topic, Prabhupada was saying, so women need not to do much like earlier, so much service or something. So when he is serving his husband, so his husband is doing all the devotion service, so automatically that credit will come to her. So her main service is to serve the husband who is doing bhakti path. So then they need not to worry all about these things. Like we can see the examples of earlier, maybe Kapila, that mother is there, no? Devahuti, I think. So she was earlier serving all his husband properly and all. So that is my understanding, Prabhu. So whatever we do, our punya credit will goes to 50% to them, but whatever the papa or something we do, it will not go to them. So that's where they can simply easily even Vittal also we can see the example when she doesn't mind anything about Vittal what he has done, but afterwards she realized and she also went to go back to Godhead because of his credit. So this is my understanding, Prabhu.
Okay.
If I'm wrong. Thank you.
Anyone like to add?
That is a very nice point. I don't know from which place it comes, but then it is very soothing that whatever good karma husband does, 50% comes to wife.
It is on karma platform, Mataji. Now we are looking at bhakti platform. Okay.
Okay.
Bhakti is an individual journey. Each soul
Right.
decides. Okay. So bhakti, everybody has their own ticket and everybody has to travel. Okay. Husband can take a ticket and give it to the wife. Still the wife should be ready to travel with, right? So it
Right.
is just not like automatic autopilot mode.
And walk all her way.
Yes, everybody has their own, like has to try on their own. Okay, it just not happens. Husband gives 50% so that you travel half the way, something like that. But the
Right.
opportunity opens up and the husband is practicing.
So that is where my doubt is also there. Like since bhakti is actually an individual path, so when someone is born as a female, then is it less conducive because as a nature itself, a female will be entangled in so many things.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Uh, I would like to attempt this, whatever my little understanding is there. uh, uh, so whether it's a male or female, woman or man, everyone is having some role since we are a grihastha. Everyone having some decided role. I can take example of my wife. She is also listening some lecture now, but she is moving around. She is asking, getting up, Ananya, Priya, like that, go ready, all those things. But it's a matter of time for 2 3 hours. I will also go office. Ananya and Priya will also go to the school. She will have some time. That time can be utilized. As Harisham Prabhuji well mentioned, that the spiritual journey is not like dependent upon the husband's like some good pious activity and some transfer donation kind of 50%. So it's an individual journey. So we have some time. So I see that my wife is doing some attending some classes like 1 o'clock. Yeshwani Mata is taking the class. Other spiritual activities, reading Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. So we have to find time and we have to utilize that time. For a person, since I'm going office, I'm not having any time to spend something spiritual. Everything is material there. And after 10 o'clock, there is no hope of sometimes thinking about the like Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam and all. It's very hard. So it depends, like again, so in So male is struggling daytime. So it's a matter of time. When we are getting time, we have to utilize fully for our spiritual advance. So for male, some other time maybe, for female, some other time. But whatever time it is there, we have to utilize for the spiritual.
Yes, Prabhu, thank you. But then our modern life has more made the life of the ladies more complicated. It's not just the house, there is office also.
So
Yeah.
Mataji, again, it's our personal choice. Uh, like uh, spiritually, women should not work. She should assist the husband. This is our Varnashram Dharma. But we are not
Yes,
following. We
Prabhu.
have
And I
following that
really,
concept. Like,
uh, I mean, should not say generalization, but then it should be case to case. So there
Yes.
can be circumstances where there is a need.
Yes. Yes. So Vinodri Mataji, Shyam Kund Prabhu, can you raise your hand? Would you like to attempt? You'd like to answer?
Yeah, attempt would be a right word rather than answer. So Chandan Prabhu, I mean, you brought Harisham Prabhu, you brought one perspective that every individual has to, using Prabhupada's phrase, fly their own plane. Ticket can be given, but everybody has to fly. That's right. Chandan Prabhu said maybe there are much more. There's some time available, especially for ladies who are working. I mean, who are at home, homemakers, etc. That is one point. But we also have a good number of Matajis here in this call who are also working or who were retired right now, but they were working at some point in time. The one point that I wanted to add is in the scriptures. I'm just going from the scriptural perspective. Stree and Shudra are in general have a common trait. Their mind is very much disturbed, according to the scriptures. The mind says this, mind says that, etc. And therefore, not just because of this, but due to other reasons too, both Stree and Shudra are encouraged to not the study of the Vedic scriptures per se, but the study of the Puranas and the Itihasas. And if you look at the modern Kali Yuga context, Kalau Shudra Sambhavaha, everybody, irrespective of man or woman, being born as a man or a woman, is a Shudra. And that's why it is important for us that in this age, it is only the Itihasas and the Puranas and the chanting of the holy name. That is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is given to everybody. So that's in that sense, it is whether it is man or woman in Kali Yuga, it is equal. The opportunities are equal. The thing here is the challenges that happen are a little different. In the case of a man, typically, the challenge in general is heartlessness, wanting to accomplish something, but the heart is not soft enough to connect to devotees, to appreciate the nice tendencies or the glorious features of the Supreme Lord, etc. It becomes in the beginning stages of devotional service, that is tough. And that's what training entails. To soften the heart means to appreciate the beauty of the Supreme Lord and his devotees. That is the inner beauty. For example, in the Ramayana, when Hanuman landed in Lanka, as soon as he lands in Lanka, it was close to evening time. And the way Valmiki writes is the waves of the ocean, when they touched Lanka, they were like a garland of flowers. Like, the white color foam of the waves becomes like a flower, and then the rest of that is a garland, etc. Somebody can just say this is a poetic embellishment. But for devotees or for great acharyas like Valmiki, for him it is he has received the eyes to see everything in this world, the material creation, the spiritual creation, and the Supreme Lord with spiritual eyes. So the eyes have changed. And in general, for men, many times, this getting the spiritual eye becomes tough. For women, in general, the advantage is that very much they are in tune with their feelings, which most men aren't. But this same being tuned with feelings also takes that person into a different realm altogether, that he said this, she said that, they mean this, this person means that. It could mean that also for a good number of men, not for all, but for a good number of women. So everybody has their strengths, and that very same strength becomes a struggle. The objective nature of the nature of a man becomes a problem. The emotional nature of a woman becomes a problem. So in Kali Yuga, everything is a problem, and we are so there is nothing like a real advantage, Mataji, depending on gender or anything. The only advantage for us is somehow devotees come into our life.
So that advantage I already have. I was trying to find out little more advantage, Prabhu. I didn't get it. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Shamakun Prabhu. Thank you, Shweta Mataji. As always, you chant more and more, so we understand better. Last call, like anyone else would like to share, or any questions or discussion? Okay. Then we'll stop here, we'll pause here, and we'll start with a new lecture tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Swami Maharaj ki jai. Vanchakalpataruvasya kripa sindhu bhaivacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnebhyo namo namah.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Very much.